I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
The all-new 2025 Toyota Camry.
Without launch control. Not bad.
It's okay.
A little slow right off the launch though.
Horsepower and torque.
A combined 225 horsepower and 163 pound-feet of torque from a 2.5 liter four-cylinder with 2 electric motors.
This is the same engine for all of the new Camrys.
Yes, but you do get more horsepower if you get the all-wheel drive version, only a total of 232 horsepower, but this one is the front-wheel drive version.
And the all-wheel drive version is just electric motor at the back, not drive shaft with gas motor power to the back.
Yeah, so it's just a part-time all-wheel drive system. Only on demand is what they call it. So we haven't actually driven that one, so we're only going to talk about this front-wheel drive model. That launch was with full traction off, so I did not get tire squeal. But when I turned the wheel and did a little bit of a launch before, I did get a little bit of tire squeal.
I mean, this car's a little slow.
It's not bad, though.
But it's quiet and smooth. Floor for me and shut your mouth.
Unbelievably quiet, especially combined with this eCVT, because CVTs usually just scream at the top of their lungs.
Especially Toyota ones.
And yeah, Toyota motors, they do have like a harshness to them, and this one does not. That is the biggest thing that has surprised me about this car so far.
Great job. Smoothness and quietness engineers, because there is some added soundproofing to this. This should be a quieter model than the previous ones. And then different from the previous ones, we got different headlights and different taillights and a different grille and bumpers.
It's technically all new, but there are some shared panels which we believe to be the doors.
Yeah, because the body line looks pretty much exactly the same as last gen. Do you like the front end of this more than the last gen? And this is the XSE, so we have a color matched grille. I made sure we got the two-tone with the red interior, because I feel like that's the coolest spec.
Well, let's take a look at the exterior on tsp.truecar.com of the old one and compare it to this lovely new one. Because if you are shopping for one of these,
hit up tsp.truecar.com and see which one is the best for you. Are you gonna go two-tone? Are you gonna go white, silver, red, blue? We got a bunch of cool colors and a bunch of trims.
and this is one of Toyota's best-selling models as well, so these are going to be very popular on the road, because every other Camry has been, and obviously the main competitor to this is the Accord, and we will, at some later date, probably do a comparison between these two because they're so similar now. I mean, they always have been, but the improvements to this one in terms of like the quietness of this is massive. But let's talk about that exterior again.
Do you like these headlights more than the last headlights, and do you like that they are pretty much just like the Prius headlights?
Yeah, the
crown
hammerhead, the Prius face, as I like to call it. I do like them. I don't know if I like it more than the previous gen, but it doesn't look bad at all. It's like this kind of aggressive-ish looking thing.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. There's a NASCAR updated version of it, which looks pretty cool too.
Looks so fast, man.
And then I like the color match grille on this.
Yeah.
And then since this is XSE, it's got like the it's like diagonals, but the XLE will be just lines, and then if you get an SE, then it's black instead.
So the L's to me are luxury, and then the S's to me are sporty.
And then this also has like the canards or whatever at the front too.
I don't think they're canards.
Canard.
No,
what are they called?
They're like just vents.
They got the little things that come up around.
Yeah, but they don't like stick out like dive planes.
No, not dive planes. It's like little things for the sporty.
A canard is a dive plane.
I don't really know, man.
I know you don't know. That's what I'm telling you.
It's like a weird little thing. I forget what they said in the paper.
Anyways, it does look good. Rear end also looks really good. On this one, we do have one muffler with dual tailpipes on it. So let's take a listen to the outside.
It comes out the side. I'm like, is this actually a real pipe? Because it's like you see silver instead of black through one side.
Hey man, whatever.
Okay,
it is what it is. But the rear end does look pretty good as well.
They took last gen Honda Accord taillights. They're like, Honda Accord changed the taillights. We can use lobster claws finally.
Hey, but here's one in front of us. Like that's pretty good looking taillights.
But that comes off very Honda.
Yeah.
And then this one has a blacked out Camry thing in the middle, where some of the other ones will have more color match. This is like color match bumpers.
Oh, and then these wheels. Okay, so these wheels that we're driving on in this trim are very nice. Like they're kind of a machined face. They're a bigger wheel. I think they do look really good.
Yeah, they look nice. But what would be the Continental recommended tire for a new Toyota Camry?
Well, if you got a different trim of this, the Continental Pro Contact TX is the OE tire.
Yes, and it definitely looks nicer on a not black wheel.
But I don't think you can get that design in not black.
Yeah, I just don't like black wheels.
I know, but it's still like an aggressive-ish looking design. Like, I do like all of the wheels that Toyota has on these trims now. And first time ever on the LE, you don't have hubcaps anymore, like Steely's, so you actually have like real alloy wheels.
But they made those alloys look as hubcap as possible.
Yeah, they did.
As much sidewall as they could possibly fit.
They're forcing you up into the upper trims, which is fine.
And then do you like the two-tone? I think two-tone is like, two-tone with either white or silver, and then a red interior like we have is like is textbook Camry.
To me, two-tone Camrys are a little extra. It's just, it doesn't really ever make sense. I could see that on the TRDs, which don't exist yet, will probably, but they don't want to talk about the existence of that vehicle yet. I did ask. But the two-toneness, I could do without.
Nah, my neighbor's got a white one, two-tone. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Actually, I don't know if it's two-tone, but it's white. I just like the two-tones.
So enough of the looks. Let's talk about this engine a little bit more. I find it so smooth. Like, for a hybrid, I don't notice any transitions between anything happening. It just feels like it's all one piece together. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, there is no tack in the gauge cluster though, only power, eco, and charge.
Yeah, but the actual power delivery is really, really good. It's not like crazy amount, and don't expect to be launching this thing or anything like that, but when you are just driving around and you just floor it, like, you get the correct amount of power to get.
Okay, how's handling through these Canyon roads?
It's actually pretty decent. On the SE and on the XSE, you get the Sport Tune suspension, which we have, and I'm surprised at how like not crashy it is when you're going over bigger bumps and stuff. It is noticeably a little bit stiffer than I would expect from a Camry, which you wouldn't get on the LE or the XLE.
Very, very dailyable though.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a Camry.
Yeah, I'm just saying they did not screw anything up.
Well, here's what they did screw up, is the steering. The steering feel of it is just, it's very over boosted, especially like out on these canyons. Like off center, it's very dead, and then all of a sudden it's just
you're doing a lot of this instead of like holding an angle. Yeah, and I'm like, even with you driving, I'm like, come on, man, you shouldn't be correcting this much.
No, it's just you get a lot of over boosting, and I'm not used to that, so I don't particularly like that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting moved a lot left and right.
But I think Camry drivers driving this in parking lots and everyday scenarios will probably enjoy the lightness of it. I'm not a Camry driver though.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to put myself into their feet. Or in their shoes, I guess that's the expression, not in their feet.
Into their...
If you wear people's feet, you got some problems. So even though we do have this eCVT, we do have sport shifting, which I can knock this into and then floor it, and it doesn't really honestly make a difference at all.
I don't think it does.
And then we do have paddles on this one, which also to me are just downshift paddles, because if I floor it right now and upshift, I don't have a tack, and it doesn't even change fake gears.
Yeah.
So whatever, they're there for appearance.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can use it for like slowing down.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of hitting the brakes.
Yeah, that's why they're just downshift paddles. With they could have just given me one paddle, to be honest. But let's get you in here to talk about the rest of this interior, which has been much improved.
Spoiler alert, it's almost perfect.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Let me just get my seat preset.
There are none on this one, at least. Better without a brake boost. Much better.
It's very normal car. It's under dad fast for speed.
Yeah, that'll be the TRD. That'll be dad fast.
Okay, looking at this interior, love the red. This leather or whatever it is, and like
I think it's soft tex.
What's it called? Perforations?
Yes.
All of this stuff looks awesome. Like
it looks fast.
And it doesn't look like a bad leather. It doesn't feel like it just feels nice. And then the seats are all red, the backs of the seats are red. If you're sitting in the back seat, it looks cool from everywhere.
That's right. And then sitting up front, these seats are very, very comfortable, like no issues. Toyota has made it a point to make these seats even more comfortable, and they did do that. And then my biggest complaint with the interior of the previous generation, at least in terms of optics, was that I was very cocooned in the passenger side because they had this big swooping panel. This one still has a bit of a swoop, but it's less swoopy, and I don't feel like I'm fully cocooned in here.
Yeah, one of the things with the seats though is there's no up-down lumbar, just forward-back. I feel like that'd be nice to have.
It would be, and I don't have any of that on the passenger side, but it is electronically adjustable, which is nice.
Okay, do you have room behind yourself at 6'1.5"? Because at 5'8", I fit great.
I do at 6'1.5". However, I still think I have more room in the new Accord.
Do you like this big panoramic moonroof kind of thing?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I don't know if the last one had. I don't think it did, but
I don't think it was. No, it wasn't as big.
Either way, this is a very nice feature.
Yeah.
And then, okay, the thing I want to talk about the most, that I'm the most jazzed about.
Go for it.
Okay, Apple CarPlay, right?
Yes.
Wired works, has wireless if you want.
Yep.
Biggest complaint of old Toyotas was that the bar on the left didn't exist, so you couldn't go back to your menu stuff. You'd have to swipe, click the Toyota button in CarPlay. Now if you click these arrows, it moves over and it shows it.
Boom, problem solved.
Problem solved.
Possibly the greatest infotainment on the market now.
If you have a Toyota or Lexus and you see this little arrow thing, click on it, because I want everyone to know that you can have all your shortcut stuff there on the left now.
And I think it's genius that they added it as an option so that the people that like full screen CarPlay can still have it.
I think they should have done forced so that it's always visible, because I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there who doesn't watch the straight pipes, doesn't know what that button does, and never use it because of that.
Driver inattention detected, Yuri.
Yes, because we have all the Safety Sense 3.0 with all that good stuff that a lot of the other Toyotas that we've driven have. We've got lane centering that worked really well on the highway too.
Yep, and then on this one we don't have 360 cameras.
No, we do.
Oh, we do?
We do. I made
sorry, we switched trims in the last minute.
I made sure we got one with 360 cameras because I wanted to know, do we have egg mode?
And do we?
We have egg mode.
Egg mode is still a feature in the 2025 Camry.
Let's see, can we see 360 cameras while driving?
I highly doubt that, Yuri.
Okay, there's no cars behind me. Let's see if I can...
What, are you gonna put it in reverse?
No, I can just push this button.
Slow down, just dead stop. Oh,
there.
Oh, dude, under camera too.
That's very nice. They're very good, high quality 360 cameras.
This is like, I feel like I'm in a Jaguar Land Rover. Let's go off-roading, Yuri. And if you want to know about off-roading, watch our Toyota Land Cruiser review as well.
Yes, we appreciate you watching our review on Embargo Day when there is a million other videos going live.
Sorry for your YouTube feed. There's a lot of great YouTubers here, so thank you for choosing our video.
It was so fun seeing everyone, all the gang.
Yes.
So this is a really fun trip. Thank you for flying us out, Toyota.
Okay, so one thing that I do have to complain about with this interior, Yuri, please keep looking forward.
I was looking.
Maybe the sun's in your eyes.
Review the footage.
One thing that I do have to complain about,
So it has this kind of panel that looks like an XLE grill to me.
Yeah.
But when you move the vent, it doesn't align anymore exactly. And to me, I'm not OCD, but an OCD person would probably lose their mind over that.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Okay, we also have hard button climate stuff below that, which is so much better than like the Toyota and like Lexuses.
Thank you, Toyota.
Then we have
heated and cooled seats as well.
Hard buttons, that stuff's like, I think they nailed the infotainment.
They did.
And then this is also connected, so you can have like the app that does remote start and lots of subscriptions. So that part's a little bit red flaggy to me.
Yeah.
But like, that's the world we live in. If you don't like it, go to tsp.truecar.com and buy a 10-year-old Camry.
Exactly. And then we do have a wireless charger down here. We have a place to put your phone, and then our cup holders, total pass with some Red Bulls in them.
Yeah, and I think it would fit a small coffee absolutely fine.
Yep. And then we do have some drive modes, and we do have the top trim, so we do have a full digital display. So when you change between the drive modes, you get like a really cool animation.
Yeah, and then you can change the meter modes, change what's in the little pods. It's a little confusing to do while driving. I would do that while you're parked.
Yep.
But it does have a lot of good information. But I would like to see a TAC.
Yes.
Then on the steering wheel, we can control our radio stations with the right, volume on the left, and then check this out. Play Sirius XM Channel 9.
Oh, we still have reception. Should work.
Tuning to Sirius XM Channel 9.
Worked. Yo, look outside.
Yeah,
Holy
this is
crap.
really nice.
Look at that. Is that like a waterfall? Like a man-made one?
Yeah, I guess so. So we can do that, which is what a BMW cannot. So plus against the German luxury cars. And like, okay, handling, besides the steering may not feeling like the best, it handles well.
It would have been probably even better on the Continental tires that we're currently not on.
Oh, for sure. What was that review that we were flying through?
The Kia.
Oh.
The whatever it's called. Oh, and then...
Nice armrest with a ton of room.
Yeah, and then I'm sure people care about fuel economy because this is a hybrid, and you cannot get a not hybrid in the new Camry. They're all 100% hybrids. So you can get as poor as 44 miles per gallon combined, which is still really, really good. That's in the XSE all-wheel drive, and then you can get 51 miles per gallon in the LE front-wheel drive. So that's really, really good.
What would you take, all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive?
I mean...
Front-wheel drive, I think.
Probably front-wheel drive.
I'm happy with front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I don't need all-wheel drive.
No, in the winter, get yourself a proper set of Viking Contact 7s, winter tires, Continentals, and you'll be fine. And this is built in America, where we currently are. Well, it's not built in San Diego, but it's built in America.
America's pretty big.
Yes.
Okay, visor test.
Oh, okay, so this is a pre-production vehicle with a pre-production visor test.
3, 2, 1.
Fail.
Huge fail.
And the
little panel.
Panel, yeah.
Which I think we complained about in our very first Camry review like 7 years ago.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to
So
wait
we're
for
gonna
the
wait another
next
6 years.
Yep.
We will bother
dude,
them.
The last one has been out forever though.
Oh, so that means we should Photoshop this to look like a Beck taxi, which is our orange and green taxis in Toronto.
Okay.
Because they are going to be littered with this thing all the time in Toronto soon.
Yeah, probably.
And then trunk room. We didn't talk about trunk room or towing.
Yeah, so
There's no towing.
No, there isn't. Trunk space fits both of our carry-ons, no problem, obviously.
You can drop the seats down from the trunk, and then the button to open the trunk is on the far right. We got that cool little spoiler there. That's nice.
Yeah. I didn't notice that until last second, but it's nice on the XSE.
So then, is there anything about this that you like more than the Accord? I think I like that.
I like a lot about this more
But
than
like,
the
I
Accord.
want to know what it is. I like that this has Sirius XM, which the Accord did not. But that had Google Maps in your gauge cluster, which this does not.
The biggest thing that I like about this over the Accord is the general looks. Because the Accord is very just generic, this actually looks nice.
Yeah, and it's cool with like the corporate branding where everything looks kind of like the Crown. Like, I don't know if I'm too jazzed on full corporate branding, but it does look good.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay for like the Prius, the Camry, the Corolla, like fine.
As long as the Supra...
Yes, exactly. And the Tacoma, which are different, and the
Yeah.
Land Cruiser, so they are doing different things. And the 4Runner as well,
We haven't seen it yet.
as of this filming right now. But the video is already out.
So with all that out of the way, I think it's time we get to the price.
It starts at $28,400.
American.
And this XSE front-wheel drive that we're driving is $39,600.
American.
Which again, very good price.
Yeah.
Considering it's a hybrid, good mileage.
I'm very excited to get this up against the Accord at Cliche Corner and really like see the differences, like up front and center, how much room there is in the back seats and everything with child seats. So subscribe if you want to see that coming, because it is for sure going to happen on the Straight Pipes.
And we do have more Toyota reviews coming, so definitely subscribe so that you don't miss any of those.
Good job, Toyota team. You didn't screw it up.
No.
Actually, you made it much better.
Yeah.
You're going to love this infotainment now. It's perfect.